Hiya Pine Belt. It's a sunny and bright Thursday morning, but this scientist over here is going to quite literally rain on any parade and say that will not last long. Ryan, lots of indoor events, I guess, since we have some rain coming tomorrow.
Yeah,
I mean, switching things to indoor.
For tomorrow, I would say, but it's also kind of one of those things similar in Monday's situation we had with the timing coming through very early in the morning and then kind of getting a break in the midday. It's not going to be dry, but it should not be actively storming for a handful of hours for the afternoon, and then we'll get another one coming back in the evening.
Okay.
That's a little teaser of the whole, I'll do it, the whole thing later.
He'll tell you the rest later. All right, the countdown to Vet Fest 2024 is on, and with only 1 day left, the DAV Hattiesburg Chapter 62 invites you and your family to celebrate, honor, and support veterans in our community with them. Now, it all starts Saturday morning at Town Square Park in Hattiesburg with live entertainment, giveaways, food, and military displays. But the event has a bigger purpose, linking veterans and their families to important resources and showcasing veteran-owned businesses from all across the Pine Belt. And here's some video from last year's Vet Fest. And you can see they pulled out all the stops, so plan to stop by this Saturday from 10 until 2 at Town Square Park. That always looks like a lot of fun. It won't be too hot this weekend, right?
No, especially Saturday will be on the cooler side because we will start with some clouds and stuff left over from Friday. But those guys were here this morning on sunrise.
Really?
So yes, very nice people. So I highly recommend checking that out if you can.
All right, so we're going from military to dancers. That's quite a leap. Pun intended.
Yes, dancers in Hattiesburg. From the ballroom to the ballet, this next event is sure to get you thinking outside of the box. Step. A little ballet for you. Kinetic Etchings and Duncan Dance South are hosting a special dance exchange day at USM this Saturday. Just as a visual, here's USM President Dr. Joe Paul working on his pirouette, jeté, and arabesque. Enjoy master classes not led by Dr. Paul, unfortunately, plus choreography showings and an informal panel on dance across the state. This free event runs from 10 until 4 at the USM Dance and Theater Building. You have to say theater.
You have
like
to
that.
say theater. When you're talking about the arts.
I used to be able to do one of these.
The fancy arts like ballet. That's actually pretty good.
Don't you have to?
You don't have to lick your fingers.
No?
I
want to see them.
It's more
like, it's like this. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah. You should go to that event this weekend. All right, guys. Animal lovers, which we both are. This story might be a bit exciting. So, Ryan, let's take a moment to relax, ground ourselves, get your calm head space. He already did it. He was breathing through his nose, out through the mouth. Are you ready for cat yoga?
Oh, no. Oh, cat yoga. Those are not peaceful creatures sometimes.
Okay, so he's an animal lover, but he's a little about cats. Southern Pines Animal Shelter is hosting Meowga. The name is a bit of a stretch, another pun intended.
Nice.
Enjoy a 30-minute session of relaxing yoga combined with the cuteness of kittens.
Oh, look at them.
All for $25 a person. Best of all, the event helps the kittens and puppies and cats and dogs back at the shelter. Here's what you need to know. This is a beginner class, so no handstands, scorpion poses, and you don't need a mat. They will be provided. There are 2 classes, one at 10:30 a.m. and one at 1:30 a.m. and they'll both be at the Hattiesburg Community Arts Center. Ooh, a little Siamese kitten. I need it.
They were very precious.
Even to see those little kitten faces, you still think
it's not that. It's just I had some cats until they recently passed. They were very, very old, so it was expected.
Condolences.
Thank you. But my cats were not the yoga type. They would like see you trying to do like a tree, and they would run and jump kick you to make you fall over. And then like laugh at you in cat language. Like that's the kind of cats I had. So
okay.
That was just my experience. Those cats look chill though, so
yeah,
it might work out.
Hope you guys go and tell us about the cat's temperament.
Exactly. Well, staying in the Hattiesburg area, Hattiesburg Community Arts Center is hosting its monthly art market this Saturday. It runs from 10 until 3 at the Community Arts Center, so plan to stop by and support your local artists. Maybe even find a belated Mother's Day gift if you happen to forget about that one. And while you're at the art market, dig into the 4 fields on anthropology with STEM Saturday, hosted by Hattiesburg Parks and Recreation. Kids will participate in a mini archaeological dig, unravel the mysteries of linguistics, and even hold bones. This free event is from 10 until 11.
All right, we're going to keep on with the adventures right in your own backyard. You can visit Hattiesburg, and Visit Hattiesburg is helping you find it, with a guided downtown geo tour. So join Hub City Cachers?
Yeah, it's a geocache.
Oh, geocache. Cachers and Hattiesburg Geo Tour for an exciting expedition through downtown. Uncover hidden gems and discover secret spots with experienced cachers. And if you're wondering, like I am, what the heck is a geocache? Ryan knows. And also here's a quick rundown. It's a free outdoor scavenger hunt using handheld GPS devices. You use location coordinates to find cache, and then you sign the log inside. And some are easy to find, others need a bit of creativity to uncover. So if you live in the Hub City, you can do this 24/7, but if you're a newbie, this special event shows you the ropes. It starts Sunday afternoon at 2 at the Hattiesburg train station. Spots are limited, so you have to RSVP today for Sunday's event. So you have experience. You've done this a lot, or?
Yeah, I did a couple in college. They're really big in like large cities like Northeast and places like that. New York probably has a ton of them, and they kind of give you a little hint sometimes. It'll give you like a location, or at least a general location, and say something like, "Don't just sit around," and you'll show up, and there'll maybe be some chairs there. So you kind of look at the chairs and maybe pull out like a screw is loose, and you can find like little hidden thing in there. And some places have like little trinkets, and you're supposed to kind of leave like your own signature trinket, and maybe take one of theirs. So it's kind of a thing. Like, look it up.
Nice.
Google search it. There's a big community with that all
Sounds
across
like
the
fun.
country. But a wise woman once said, "Shine bright like a diamond." I'm not going to do the dance or anything like that. But why limit yourself? Explore a rainbow of precious stones this weekend at the Harrison County Gem Mineral Jewelry Show. Saturday and Sunday, head to the coast for this 2-day event hosted by the Harrison County Gem and Mineral Society. Meet members, explore vendors, and bring your most interesting rocks to try and stump expert identifiers. Activities will be set up for kids too. The event is hosted at the Joppa Shrine Center in Biloxi, and admission will be collected at the door.
All right, from crystals to currency, this next event is a valuable collector experience. Quite literally, the 62nd annual Mississippi Numismatic Association
I didn't even know that one.
Coin and Currency Show kicks off tomorrow, and it runs through Sunday. It's all at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum and Convention Center in Biloxi. Buy, sell, and trade with more than 50 dealers from across the Southeast, and it won't just be coins. They'll have some stamps, medals, tokens, checks, banknotes, paper money, and stock bonds. Admission is free, and everyone from the beginners to the coin connoisseurs, you all are invited to join. All right, Ryan, with so many events and graduations this weekend, let's go ahead and get to the weather since we've teased it a couple of times already.
Sure thing, Karrie, and full disclosure, just right off the bat, it's not all great news when it comes to how we're finishing off this week here, and now I'm trying to get my thing going. Hold on. I might have a false start, 5-yard penalty here. Give me a second and see why it's not wanting to go. Sometimes you got to stop it and then get it going again. It'll just take a second here. Everything likes to mess with me sometimes on these. Yep. All right. It just was hung up. So I stopped it. We restarted it. You couldn't even tell. But now let's hit the button and there it goes. So your weather headlines for this weekend's forecast is clouds move back in despite being off to our coolest and driest start, at least as far as humidity goes this morning, getting us down to 62 in the Hattiesburg area, and there were some areas all the way down into the upper 50s. The humidity is going to skyrocket in the days ahead. Clouds also start to creep in today. We're already seeing that sunshine kind of be slightly obscured by those clouds, but expect them to thicken through the night, leading to a rainy and potentially stormy Saturday there, with the potential also, again, unfortunately, for severe weather, which we'll get into in a moment. Looking outside right now for another weekend event for you. The Golden Eagles playing some games. Their last homestand, first one tonight, I believe, at 6 o'clock. Is going to go off without a hitch. Tomorrow's, we'll see. But Saturday afternoons is looking like it will be good, and that may end up being a doubleheader. I don't make that call. I don't know who does, but that's just what I believe might happen. We'll see how they got some rules to follow when it comes to that kind of thing. So looking pretty good out there. And William Carey, speaking of sports, doing pretty well. I believe they're one game away from going back to their World Series for their division, things like that. So very cool to see some people out here throwing football around, it looks like, at Jones College in Ellisville, and a beautiful day for that. But again, you're starting to see that cloud cover moving in, and some of that's like kind of misty upper level cloud cover. Really the tops of storms from Texas kind of being blown our direction is what that is. And we'll see that slowly thicken again throughout the afternoon, and then start to increase as we head through the night, leading us to cloudy conditions and even rainy conditions. But the big news is humidity still playing nicely right now, but it is going to go up considerably in the days ahead, much closer to those miserable or oppressive levels we are used to in July and August, similar to where we were about a week and a half ago, where we had a long period of very summer-like weather. So rain chances right now, not too bad. You see those start to go up as we head into the night. Our western end could see some showers and storms as early as 9, though I don't believe it will be that early. It's just possible if it really starts to race across the area. It'll be closer to midnight, and then a little after that for the central Pine Belt and Hattiesburg area that those storms move in. Once they move in, most of Friday, in a similar way to most of Monday, was kind of stormy, but with a break right in the middle of the day is what we're expecting to see there. In terms of intensity, there's only a level 2 risk for tomorrow, but we were only kind of right on the edge of a level 3 last time. It was really more for the coast, and we ended up with some pretty significant issues. So it's something we'll certainly be watching as it passes through. Saturday, again, on the cooler side in those mid 80s, but that's because we start with clouds and a few showers lingering into the morning hours. I believe they'll all be out, short of a few stragglers by the time we head towards the afternoon. So I do believe anything going on Saturday, especially closer to lunchtime, will be good to go. Might be a bit damp and potentially even a bit floody, which again we'll talk about here in a moment. So here's what we're seeing right now as you take a look at that severe threat for today. An upgraded level 3 risk for parts of Texas and West Louisiana, but as that approaches us, you see that gets downgraded to a level 2. We'll be watching to see if that gets moved up at all as we head through the night and into tomorrow. And then Saturday, you see how this is just kind of inch across the area for a couple of days. Still in the area, but on its way out Saturday morning. So that's what we are looking at. So zooming in here, you can see those clouds slowly building over the last few hours. Not really a big problem. And we'll still see a good bit of sun through some of the day. But once we start heading into the afternoon and evening, there comes those clouds, and there comes the leading edge of the showers. Model finally catching up to my timing. It was trying to do it way earlier, but I think it'll be a lot closer to midnight when it finally starts moving in. And you can see that line breaking up, becoming smaller little lines with some high reflectivity in there. Similar, again, not in intensity, to the structure that we saw moving in on Monday with those lines just kind of marching through the area. And outside of that very first one that caused all the problems, really wasn't too bad after that. But this one looks like it would be pretty windy, some strong updrafts, some high reflectivity, and that means that we could see some hail mixed in there, upwards of about an inch. So more towards like quarter to golf ball size potential there, and very windy as well. And again, can't rule out those tornadoes. It's a low chance, but we'll keep an eye on it as it passes through. By 6 o'clock, it'll be almost out of the area. And once that morning round's done, there's that afternoon lull, and then we get another round coming in as we head into the evening. I personally believe that flip-flopping from where we were Monday, the morning round won't be as intense as the potential for the afternoon round, but it's so close. It could basically be a coin flip chance as to which one ends up being strong, and they could even both be strong. But to me, it looks like rain will be our biggest issue when it's all said and done, because even by Saturday morning, we're still seeing a high precipitation storm passing through. So racing all the way to Saturday morning, you can see upwards of over a foot of rain in some areas expected. Now, I think this model is a bit extreme, or being a bit dramatic about it, but it's not out of the question, especially if some of those storms set up in the same area, and that's going to lead to likely some at least lingering flooding problems, not widespread, but at least lingering there. So I still believe, all said and done, localized flooding and things of that nature will be our biggest risk, but you can see that flat level 2 across the area, with the hatched area for hail just kind of indicating that a low severe weather chance gives us small to moderate hail. think more on the moderate end with the hatched area there. So closer to that inch level that we're talking about. So we're seeing the clouds increasing as we head through today into Friday, which rains pretty much most of it, as we said, with that lull in the middle. Severe weather remaining to be seen. Of course, we'll be updating you as needed as it passes through. Saturday finally clears up by the back end of the day, and you can see Sunday appropriately named there. But look at those temperatures climbing up into the low 90s, even potentially the mid 90s by the end of the week, with that humidity just inching upwards.
All right, that's your weekend forecast. Thank you so much, Ryan. And that's your weekend preview. We do appreciate you, and we will see you later.
Adios.